When Chad and I were engaged, we both read a book that I can honestly say was one of the most helpful books in helping us to prepare to become a husband and a wife. That book is What Every Bride Needs to Know. And then there's also a male version called What Every Groom Needs to Know. Now, basically what this book tells you is that the first year of your marriage is one of the most important years because that is the year that you set all of your habits in your marriage that will last throughout the lifetime you're married, whether they are good or bad. Now, this book walks through a lot of pillars such as faith, friendship, and sex. But today I'm going to walk you through 3 key things that Chad and I learned before we were married that really helped to start our marriage in a healthy place. So whether you are a single girl, you are engaged, a newlywed, or you've been married for multiple years, hopefully these pieces of advice will significantly help you. Well, the first thing that Chad and I learned about was finances. Now you're probably like, well, no duh, Sarah. Everybody talks about finances in a marriage, so that's not a new topic. But what I want to discuss today are the top 2 things within finances that really helped our marriage. The first thing was to combine all of your finances when you're married. The rationale behind that is because then no longer can one person say, well, that's mine. I paid for that. I make more money. I paid for the down payment on the house. No, because a marriage is a merger of all things, including finances. The other thing that we learned from the financial standpoint that was extremely helpful was to have what's called fun accounts. So what this means is both Chad and I have separate accounts, and think of it as a monthly allowance set into this account every single month. And that allowance in our fun accounts allows us to do basically whatever we want to do with that money without feeling bad about it and without having to ask the other person for permission. So for example, if I want to go on a girls' trip, I can use my fun account for that and not feel bad about it. If I want to go get a mani-pedi, I can use my fun account and I don't have to ask Chad for permission to pay for it that way. That has just been extremely helpful for us in how to run our finances. The second key thing is relationships with the opposite sex. Now, before Chad and I were married, I was living in New York City and I was running sales for a Facebook tech company. This meant I did a ton of client entertainment. Now, I would rarely do anything one-on-one with a male client anyway, because ladies, we got to protect ourselves, right? But what Chad and I discussed is that when we were married, we were no longer going to do any one-on-one events with someone from the opposite sex, especially if it was after work. So for example, Chad works in the medical field and he will get asked out to dinners from female medical device reps. And if he ever goes, he'll either bring along a male colleague or sometimes even I will go along. That is a boundary and a guardrail that we have set up in our marriage that has been so extremely helpful. And you need to decide for yourself what are going to be the guardrails and the boundaries that you set up in your marriage when it comes to relationships with the opposite sex. Now, the third thing is careers and dreams. You know, every woman has a dream for her life outside of being married. Maybe your dream is to be a VP someday, to start a business, to travel for work, to be a stay-at-home mom. Whatever your dreams are, they are beautiful and they are perfect because God placed them there. But the key thing is you need to vocalize your career and dream goals to your husband. Because think of it this way. Let's say that the man you marry has always had in his mind that his future wife was going to be a stay-at-home wife and a stay-at-home mom. But you have career and dream aspirations to be an executive at a company someday. Obviously, those don't align. So you want to get on the same page. Plus, women, we're pretty dang amazing. We can do a lot, but we can't do it all. So if you also have high career dreams, it also means you're going to have to probably have some kind of help at home. Your husband might have to help with cleaning, cooking, grocery shopping. Maybe you'll have to get a house cleaner, whatever works for you. But you are going to want to vocalize your career and dreams to your husband. So, ladies, your challenge this week is if you have not read this book, pick it up and read it. Whether if you're single or if you've been married for 10 plus years, this book provides so many great and helpful things that will help to continue keep your marriage in the right track.